everyone. Thank you for joining in today's session. I hope that the session will be fruitful and valuable to you. And I hope that you learn something and you build an agent. Since this is a workshop, so I do expect you to follow along. But in case I am going too fast or too slow, do let me know in the chats below so that I can take it up with your pace. If you have any doubts throughout this workshop, do let me know. You can either comment or send it in chats. I'll definitely get back to you. And if you have anything to share, that's also completely fine. Right? I think we can get started. Perfect. So, quick intro about me. I hope that everyone knows me so far. I've taken so many workshops throughout, but let me reintroduce myself. I'm Aharna. I am the developer advocate at DronaHQ. I build a lot of agents. Thank you, Rama. I build a lot of agents, and it is just great to share that with the community itself. We have also opened a WhatsApp community, which I will also share the link. If anyone wants to join our workshop community, we share all of our updates and all of that. So that'll be great. Let me just quickly bring it out for you. Okay. Sent this is the WhatsApp community that we have. I'll also just pin all of this information down for anyone who's joined late to see. Great. Great. Perfect. Okay, let's get started. So this was a quick intro about me. And next is, I hope that anyone who has seen our emails and stuff has already quick knowledge on what agent we are going to build today. So we are going to build an HR agent that will help you with, all of the repetitive stuff that an HR team has to go through, because a lot of manual work and a lot of answering the same questions over and over and over again happens. And also as an employee, we sometimes feel shy or sometimes also hesitate to ask these questions like directly to the HR. Sometimes, let's say when we want our 3 months a pay slip, it the HR is obviously, the HR teams are always busy, so it sometimes takes a lot of time to get back to us. So we have to wait a lot. So in the whole process, there's a lot of manual efforts. There's a lot of wait time that happens on both the giving and the receiving end. And this HR assistant is basically sitting in the middle, helping navigate through all of that so that you can get your responses in minutes and not in days. Okay. Yeah, great. So these are some quick pain points that I have gathered from my friends who work in HR and even from our HR team as well. So we sometimes get slow responses for even the most simple queries. Let's say we want to ask, okay, can you maybe share the holiday list again? We have lost the list or something like that, right? Even the trivial queries takes maybe up to 1 day to answer. Now, this shouldn't be the case. Those are simple queries. Almost everyone asks all of that. So it should be, automated. You should get responses instantly. In today's world, what we lack is patience and time. We have reels that even go for 30 seconds and we try to accelerate that and see all of that very quickly in 1.5x. So we really do lack patience, and in this kind of scenario we also need responses that work in our favor, that are fast, prompt, and we do not have to wait for days. Okay. Great. Next is the manual calculations, right? So it happens, let's say you want to go for a vacation for 1 week, and within that week there are weekends, there are also public holidays. Now for an HR to manually do all of that, now he or she has to calculate, exclude the public holidays, exclude the weekends, give you the feedback, okay, this is your total leave that you have requested, sends to manager, then the manager approves, and again the HR sends it to you. Now this agent will completely remove that HR, how to say, the agent will completely like replace all of that manual work that HR team had to invest time in, and instead do in on behalf of that full HR team, right? So this agent, this assistant will in fact work as a co-worker and not just a simple co-pilot, right? Next is unclear leave balance. Now it sometimes happen due to the lot of pressure in on HR teams regarding various scenarios, right? There are sometimes miscalculation on the leaves. There are some unclear leave balance. Maybe you have applied for the leave, and at the same time you also want to know what are your leave balances. Now for any conversation to happen, there's a lot of back and forth also. What if you could do that back and forth and get answers in seconds, and do not have to wait for them getting free or you getting free, and vice versa, right? Next, another pain point that I've realized is repetitive questions, as we discussed. Another one is very much of the payslip delays. Now, this is, I'm talking from my personal experience, and this is the most common experience, I'd say. Let's say when you are trying to maybe switch to another company, you often need payslips, right? And asking to the HR to get those payslips can become quite tricky for you. It can kind of expose what you're trying to navigate through. Now this agent kind of reduces all of that hesitation on the user side and automates all of that for you, so it really kind of fast tracks the process. Now there are others as well. So risk of errors. Now human manual calculation are definitely prone to errors. If it gets more complicated, there is more error prone zone. Time consuming, as we have discussed. Multiple follow-ups. You want to apply for a leave in next 1 week, and you are doing 3-4 follow-ups in the second week. It really kind of adds up to the stress that we already face at work. Next is sometimes we also have some insurance confusion, or this can even be any of the corporate policies that we have. Now, usually corporate policies are buried in large documents, external documents, and for HR to answer any of those corporate policies sometimes can really, they have to, read all of that documents, 50 pages documents to even respond to a simple question. Now, this is where kind of the RAG agents come in. We will discuss what are RAG agents, but to understand simply in one line, RAG full form is Retrieval-Augmented Generation. Basically, it has external documents or companies' data, and whenever you ask a question as a user, the agent goes to those documents, finds the relevant information, and binds your question and that data, creates a relevant context so that the responses are facts and buried with the accurate information, and the agent doesn't hallucinate, right? The RAG agents minimize the agent errors and hallucinations up to 40% to what we have seen in usual automations without RAG. Now, there's also scattered information. There could be like 10 PDFs having different policies. So for a human, it is definitely not possible to get back to you in 2 minutes after reading all of that. But for an agent, it is. So these are the few, common differences. Now, let's say you are an HR and you are dealing with just one employee. then you do not need an agent. For that reason, you do not need an agent, because one-on-one conversations are fine. But let's say you are an HR in a big company where there are 50, 100,000 employees, and 1,000 employees have similar questions, have similar nuances that you need to look into, have 10 queries that you have to go through 100 PDFs to answer to. Now that becomes a problem, and that is where you should employ an agent that works on your behalf, that can take the tier 1 queries, while you can focus your attention where it really matters, where you really have to invest time, take critical decisions, and really affects the company and the employee. So this is actually where the HR assistant, at least this agent, sits. Okay. So this agent basically solves all of these aspects for now. Now, of course, we have named it an HR assistant, but right now, for the demo purpose, for easy building uh, together, we have just grounded it into very isolated silos, but it can go as complicated as you need for an enterprise, right? So for now, we are just dealing with salary slips, we are dealing with leave balances, applying for leaves, and insurance claims and policies as such. Okay, great. Now these are some of the common tools that we have used. So if anyone here is from HR or have worked closely with HR, I'm sure that you might have used any of these common tools, or at least have heard about these tools being used by the HR teams. And all of these tools are available in our DronaHQ platform. So we have more than 5,000 plus tools and tool calls, which includes different databases, APIs, MCPs, different connectors, third-party tools, anything that you need to run an enterprise. We have it all. So we'll just head back to that. Now, I have shared a few links in the description. One is for the signing up. So anyone who has joined my workshop before already probably has the sign up option and already had signed up. But anyone who is new, kindly do sign up. I'll just send the links again. Okay. I think it is pinned, so you are already able to see what the links are. So just kindly go sign up for the platform, and when once you sign up in the platform, you will get 2,500 AI credit, which is like $5 worth of AI credits to start with. And trust me, if you use it wisely, they are enough to explore the platform, explore different use cases, build simple agents. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, okay, I've sent it again. So once you have signed up, the second link is for you to, okay, the first link is of the guide, the second link is for you to sign up, and the third link is to go to studio. Just open the first link, that will also do, not an issue. One sec. Yeah. So if you open the guide also, here also you can see the sign up and the launch builder option, right? So just sign up right here. And once you have signed up, you'll be able to launch your builder. Okay. So while I'm, talking, you can just carry on with this process and just head back to this tab once you're done. Okay, this is a quick intro about me and what I do. A quick intro on DronaHQ and all the sections that it covers. We already have an agentic platform. We also have application building process in both low code and vibe code. And all of these platforms are embedded with enterprise governance and security. So you can build any application, any agent, and that platform or that agent can have enterprise qualities, enterprise security, so that your data is secure, so that your enterprise can actually run instead of just doing quick demos. Yeah, great. Now, I'm expecting, as I can see, a lot of previous people have joined already in the workshop. But I'll just do a quick run through over the core concepts that I'll be throwing around in this whole workshop. So, to build agents, anyone who is new to the agentic AI, and that's what I'm assuming right now while I'm explaining. So these are a few core concepts that you need to know to just, have your foot through the door and understand to whatever you need to build agents. So first and foremost is the instruction. Now, instruction is very important for an agent because an instruction defines your agent, defines the goal, the purpose, the kind of steps you break an agent down to. All of these are, defined in the for the agent in the instructions itself. Next is tools. So if an agent were a human, then tools are the hands that the agent requires for to achieve any task. So tools are basically all of the third-party tools, all of the databases, APIs, connectors, MCPs that you might have, and to the agent so that it can carry out the definite task. Number three is the knowledge base. So knowledge base comes into play when you are building more knowledge agents or RAG agents, if you will. Knowledge base usually has the static files. Now that can be in any format, starting from text to PDFs to any other Google Drive linking as well. Okay, and these knowledge base can be like static file can be the big company data that you might already have. So it is usually used when you're building RAG agents. You have large company data and you attach them as knowledge base. In our agent for HR AI agent, you can attach the HR policies, payroll policies, leave policies, company policies, and any insurance claims, and all of those documents that you have in an enterprise as your policies. You can guide all of that in the knowledge base section and just move forward. Okay. Now, next is guardrails. So guardrails becomes really important when your agents scale from 0 to 1. 0 being absolutely prototype to 1 being full-fledged business. Okay, guardrails are not important when you're doing a prototype, but it really increases in importance as it scales, as more users are using it, because guardrails makes sure that the agent doesn't derail. Agent is in a perfect track. It doesn't answer any frivolous queries. For example, your HR agent shouldn't engage in politics or in football or in any other queries as such, right? So guardrails is what helps the agent to maintain that track and doesn't allow the agent to go here and there. All right. Next is triggers. Now, triggers are the events that basically wakes up the agent. Now, what we will be using in our in this workshop is we will be using the chat or the playground trigger, but agent can be triggered via anything. Let's say an agent gets triggered when a Zendesk ticket is created for customer support, or it gets triggered when you receive a customer support email in your email, when you receive a new email, basically when a new row of sheet new row of column gets added in Google Sheet, then your agent can get triggered. Okay, so there can be multiple triggers for an agent to explore. Next is the LLM, which acts as the brain of the agent. Now there are different providers, LLM providers, and there are different models you can choose from that we will be seeing in the later stages of this workshop. Finally, this is the agent template. So I have created instruction and anything and everything you need to build this agent from ground up, so that you don't have to go through the manual process. But in case you want to build an HR agent that really works for you, in that case, you can also connect it to the tools that you need. Maybe you can connect it to the Workday or Keka HR or Bamboo HR, anything, right? I will be using some other tools that we will be seeing later. So this is the instruction, and this is an HTML code. I'll tell you later why we need this HTML code as we proceed in this workshop. Okay. So this is a kind of big HR assistant code. instruction code. And the tools that we are going to need is, I have kept it minimal so that we don't have to waste a lot of time finding all of those tools and stuff. I've kept it as minimal as possible so that I can show you a quick demo of and the potential of this agent. All right. So the tools that we are going to use is calculator, time, Google Sheets, and a PDF creation tool, which is API to PDF. And finally, once we are done, once you have created your agent, you do a quick test and publish of the agent. And there are usually two paths to test your agent. One is the happy path, where everything is all right and the agent, and you can predict that the agent will do well. Now, when there is edge cases, usually the agent may escalate to the HR team or might put the process on hold. Now, you also need to test all of those edge cases, because there are always multiple possibilities in carrying out a process, and you should make sure that the agent covers all of them and the agent doesn't dysfunction in the moment of heat. And finally is to share what you have built in the workshop. Please make sure that you do share something on the LinkedIn, something that you might have learned from this workshop, or even an agent that you have built. And in case you have built any agent, feel free to drop that to me. I'd love to do a show and tell of your agent. All right. And don't forget to tag me, which is Aharna. And yeah, let's get started. So we'll head over to our platform. A few housekeeping rules, although it's in the middle, is that I'm assuming everyone here is a beginner, and I'll keep my pace accordingly. If you are stuck anywhere in this workshop, please let me know, because we are moving into the build phase. Okay, so my workshops are usually divided into a build phase and into a no phase. So we have completed our no phase. Everything we needed to know to start building an agent, start building your first agent even, and now we will be building that agent. Great. Okay, let's get started. So once you've signed up, make sure that you've signed up and just launch the builder from here. And once you launch the builder, okay. So I hope you can see my screen still. So this is how our builder looks like. This is the admin console. And as you can see, we also have an artisan. So this is how you kind of vibe code your agents. So you kind of give the description of what kind of agent you want to build and all of the details along with it. And you can just get started. It will generate a PRD. And then you can just go along and build your agent by vibe coding. Okay. And these are a few ideas that you can just pick up to start with it. We have also created a bundle of agents that you can check out. So these are a few bundle. One sec. Yeah, these are a few bundle of agents that you can check out. Quick templates, just plug in and play. All right. Now for our agent, we are going to start from scratch. We are not going to use artisan. Okay. Just 1 second. Okay, great. So I'll just create an agent. Okay, so it opens a new canvas for you. And in this canvas, you can start with just copying the template. This is how the new canvas looks like. So I'll just head over to my guide right here and copy my agent template. Okay. Also, one thing you should definitely do is name your agent. So I'm gonna name it Enterprise HR Agent. Okay. And we can also like select logo and stuff. Change the color. I'll just update. Okay, next is you can also select any models you want. I will go with OpenAI itself. Let's go with OpenAI Mini maybe. Okay, let's go with GPT-5 Mini. And this is how it looks like. Great, great, great. Now we'll head back. So we'll head back to the guide. So now you remember that I have shared also the HTML code, right? So I'll tell you what this HTML code is supposed to do. So our agent is supposed to do three things. One is handle all of the leave request and answer leave balances request. Second is generate pay slips to last 3 months. And finally is handle insurance claim queries, basically HR policies. Okay. So these are the three activities where our agent is supposed to assist us. Now, for the pay slips, each company has different kind of template, right? We have all received pay slips, and every company has their own format, has their own structure. So in the HTML code, I have given it a specific structure so that it kind of relates to what we actually experience. So for that, I'll copy the HTML code. Okay, great. I've copied the HTML code and I'll head back. Okay, and I'll paste that code. Balance check. Okay, I'll do it here. Okay. Yeah, this looks good. And let me also quickly give you a quick understanding, breakdown of this instruction. Now, while you're writing instruction on our platform, I would suggest that you do use Markdown format because the agent understands the Markdown format, the hierarchy between headings, paragraphs, pointers, and stuff like that. So if you preview this, you'll be able to see here is the role. And then we have defined the core behavior here to identify user intent, validate, and execute. And finally, the tasks that are supported, which is one is the leave application, second is the leave balance, third is the payslip generation, and fourth is the insurance claim. Okay, and within each step, we have also defined how we want it to carry out, and that's how the agent will also carry out. So as I mentioned, instruction is the most important part of the agent because it defines how your agent will work. Ambiguous instruction leads to vague results. Clear and instructions which are strong, enforced, and has clarity results to what we want. Okay, so just keep that in mind while you're writing your own instruction. Usually I use ChatGPT or Gemini or Claude to whip up these instruction, and I do a human recheck as well always, to make sure that our agent doesn't have unnecessary information, or it doesn't lack any information. Okay, so it's important to check all of that before you start deploying it within the agent premises, because we also have to, think about the credits that we have, and we would want to use the credits wisely. Okay, that's a lot of things that I said. Great, great, great. Okay, now next thing is we are going to add our tools. So first we'll just head over to inbuilt skills, and from here we'll just use calculator and time. These are the two tools I need. And next, from the ready tools, uh, we will have Google Sheet. You can also connect this agent, like in the demo only. You can also connect it to your HR Slack, so that your HR teams can get response in case there is some edge cases and you needed to escalate it to the HR teams. Okay, we'll just wait. So just saying, guys, this is a good point to just take a screenshot and, like for your posts later, because building an agent is not easy, and definitely not everyone does it. We are living while the agents are taking great positions, and a lot of investments do go in building the agent for enterprises. So yeah, it's just my way of bridging that gap between enterprise and user understanding. Okay. All right. So next we are going to do a batch get spreadsheet, and also an update value. Yeah, update values. I'll just quickly do a check whether I have any other. Great. So I'll just add these two tools as well. And next thing we are going to add is API to PDF platform. API to PDF. I'll also show you what is the kind of database I am using. Although I am using Google Sheet as my database, for the sole purpose that I can share it with you, and so that you can also take a look. All the Google Sheet has been attached and already mentioned within the instruction itself, so you can just quickly go and find that. Otherwise, I'll just show you. Okay. So this is the employee payroll records, and there are different months of records. So for example, this is January, this is February, this is March, this is April. Okay, and then there is also leave balances. So okay, so these are the leave balances. Okay, uh, that we have. So right now I'm assuming that in my company there are only 4 employees that we have. Pretty small company and very small team. And these are a lot of leaves. Okay, so one bad thing, one good thing. And then we have their payroll for different months, which they can request. Okay, so we'll just head back to the agent. I'll do a quick check. Yeah, very much. A lot of leaves for my employees. I care about their well-being and mental health. Also because I'm a Gen Z, probably that's why. But yeah, okay. Leave output format. Status ready for submission. I'll just mention here mandatory. Yeah, okay. Great. Our instruction is good to go. Our tools have been selected. Now, I also want to do a quick thing, which is I'll show you. So we'll head over to the chat interface and we can customize how we want our chat to look like. Okay. For example, I'm not sure if anyone has seen how I shared a quick demo of the chat, how it looks like, but I can just show you right here. Okay. Now all of the interfaces also kind of makes a difference, right? It kind of prompts the user how it could generate different things. So let me quickly show you. So for example, in the chat interface, here are the suggested messages. Okay, so these are the common default suggested messages which you can change. So for example, instead of what you can do, you just write apply for leave, or instead of help me get started, you can have maybe generate my pay slips. Okay, or we can even add a new suggested message in another case. So let me add that. Okay, and we will also enable rich UI responses. And let me tell you what this rich UI responses does is basically it formats the agent responses in a more visually appealing way. Right now, whenever we do not use a rich UI response, it generally gives us the format in a like texting, right? Usually how we use in WhatsApp or any other text social media platform. But with rich UI responses, you can also enhance how your agent responds. Let's say through visual representation, maybe using a custom Gen UI widget, right? So sky is the limit with rich UI response. But one thing is that with rich UI response, your token consumption also increases. So make sure that once your agent is ready, then only you enable the rich UI response so that you can see a great result at one time. Right, you can also allow a file upload, but this is not necessary or essential in our AI assistant that we are going to put. Okay, and you can change all of this. You can also change the messaging. Okay, apart from that, you can also format and style your interface better, so you can use maybe the dark mode or the auto mode. This is the how the dark mode looks like. I just go with the light mode and some header icon. I don't have an icon right now, that's why I'm not uploading, but you can definitely play around and explore. And yeah, there are different nuances that you can apply. I'm just going to save and publish. That's a lot of, I've already made a lot of custom changes. Great, now our HR agent looks like an HR agent. And now we are close to start experimenting, okay, and testing out our agent. We have like a quick checklist before we start to test out our agent. We have our instructions in place. We have our tools in place. We have enabled rich UI responses in chat interface. We have also customized our suggested message so that our agent looks like it's an HR AI agent and not just any agent. Okay. Great. Now there are 4 employees. So I'll just again show you a quick glimpse of. Okay, it's gonna take some time to load. Let's go ahead with my information. Let's say I want to apply for leaves. I want to apply for leaves. Okay. And then I say my name is I. Okay. Now this can be also employee password. Now because I have used this for a demo purpose and I had to build this agent under 30 minutes, so I have not introduced more complexities than required. But this could be employee ID as well. Okay. So not to worry. And next is leave type. Let's say casual leave and dates I want to apply. Let's say let's include a weekend to see how our agent takes it. So let's say we want leaves from 8th May 7 to 12th May. Okay. Okay, this looks good, and we'll send in. I do hope that my screen is visible. Set. Okay. My agent ran into an error. This agent and the tool calls, everything will work. I have tested it out multiple times. I think there's some issue with my account itself. Let's try again. Let me do a quick refresh and then try again. Okay. All right. Let me also do a quick model change as well. Okay. You can also see the credit usage and the context window each model has. So you can play around with to optimize your token consumptions as well. All right. I'll just expand this. Okay, yeah. This looks better. Just apply and hit go. Now it's working. Yeah. There's some issue with there's some issue on my end. There's some account issue. Let me quickly show you how it basically handles the responses. Let's try in this one. Okay. It's the same agent with the same instruction and same set of tools. All right. If this doesn't work, we'll change to Gemini and try. Sometimes OpenAI doesn't accept requests. Okay. All right. Yeah. See, it's working. All right. So based on the leave request, let me, I probably have not enabled the rich UI response. So this is how the normal response look like. But if, okay, I have enabled. Great, great, great. Okay. Yeah, this looks fine. Let's say confirm. I'm also sharing the databases in the chat. Okay. So that you can also take a look. Okay, there was some issue. One sec. Mm, I'll just copy the link again. Is an issue? Okay. One moment. Let's try to carry it out again. Okay. And we'll hit the playground. Open a new thread. Okay. Let's test out our agent. The problem. There is some issue. Great. Give it 1 minute. Okay, let me actually show you how this gives out the response. There's some account issue that I'm facing. Not sure why it's happening. Mm. It should work absolutely fine. Let's change this. Let's apply leave for someone else and not me. They'll enjoy leaves for 1 week. If this doesn't pan out, then there's maybe okay. Yeah, all right. This is working. Or I'll just expand this. Okay, yeah, perfect. So as you can see, now that we test out our agent, I wanted to apply for leaves for Jatin Pandey, and the leave type was casual leave, and the dates were from 8th May to 12th May. Now, if you look at your calendar, from 8th May to 12th May also includes one weekend, okay, both Saturdays and Sundays. Now, the agent automatically calculates the number of days that you have applied for, checks whether there are any weekends included, and excludes those weekend days and calculates the effective leave dates, so which is like 3 in this case, and shows you the leave balance. All right. So this is the summary. Great. Now, since we also wanted to do for me, Aharnak, that's why it showed both uh, for both the candidates. All right. Now, let's say we want to check my leave balance. Check Jatin's leave balance. Now, since we've made it for the demo purpose, that's why the agent is fetching all of the information. But we can also enable user login so that each user can only fetch their information and not everyone else's. Okay, so this is the leave balance for Jatin, which is casual leaves, these many sick leaves, and then these many earned leaves. All right, confirm leave application. Now we want to confirm our leave application. So it will calculate in the back end and update. There is some account with my Google account, I guess, but that's the problem. Anyway, next, let's say I want to generate payslip, okay, and payslip for say March 2027. Okay. The moment. So it will retrieve from our payroll database and then create a PDF. Once it creates the PDF, it will also share us a downloadable link that we can download. Now, if you want to generate multiple like PDFs for multiple months, let's say you want April, March, and Feb, it will generate all 3 links for the 3 months that you have. It works exactly like your HR teammate, but obviously the instruction needs to be more refined, set more guardrails in. This is just for a demo type, a prototype, but definitely need more guardrails. All right. Da, 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 da. All right. So we have a download payslip for Jatin, and once we open the payslip, so it got downloaded right over here. I'll just open it. Okay. This is how the payslip looks like. As you can see, this payslip is quite nicely formatted. And if this is a template your enterprise follows, then you can obviously use this. Or in case it follows any other template, you can also use that. It's completely fine. You just need to include the HTML code within the instruction itself, so that the agent knows that there is a particular specific format that you want your pay slips to be in. In case you do not want formatting, I'll show you how it looked like before we introduced the HTML code. Okay, so before HTML code, it just generated a PDF with just some numbers and words. Okay, so this is the difference between formatting it in a specific enterprise manner, right? And versus not formatting. And you can see also how much of a difference it makes to include all of the details in the instruction, and instead of just keeping it very open ended in the instructions itself. So I wanted a very specific format, I wanted specific colors for it, and as you can see, our agent has provided us with that. So these are some of the situations I've picked up for this HR assistant use case. I hope that you've learned something, and I hope that this agent has worked out on your end as well. The instructions, and once you add the tools, once you have added the instructions, all these will definitely work. All right. And if you have any other queries, please feel free to drop them. While you write in your doubts, let me also sure. Okay. English required. And that'll also give us fetch from the knowledge base. As you can see, it did a quick knowledge base search, and then it will jot down the insurance claim process and the documents that are required to claim that insurance. Okay. All right. So this is how you can build your own HR assistant that can help your HR team. Now, of course, with agents, agents are not meant to replace any HR team or any humans for that matter. But if you are smart enough to work with it, then it can only fast track your whole process. It's like a calculator that only fast tracks the calculations, right? So all of the repetitive rule-based tasks can be handed over to automation and agents, so that you can focus your business logic into things that matter more, and things that need high critical decisions. I hope that you've enjoyed this workshop. You have built an agent and you're leaving with an agent. Do let me know if you have any feedback, any use case in mind that maybe we can take up in our next workshop. Do post on LinkedIn and tag me to just share what kind of agent you have built, what kind of knowledge that you gained from this workshop, and how maybe we can better it. So that's it for today. Thank you for joining in. Have a good night. Thank you, participants, for joining in. I hope that you do learn something every time you join. And yeah, see you again next time. Bye. Thank you, Rama, for the kind word.